Welcome to Porchlight Letters podcast number 2411. And today we are talking about how much speculation is acceptable in storytelling. So, stories sometimes require interpretation, but interpretation must never, ever replace evidence. Speculation should be clearly identified. Genealogists often encounter gaps where records do not exist. In those moments, it is acceptable to suggest possibilities, but they must always be labeled clearly. Words such as may have, likely, or possibly signal that an idea is interpretation rather than proven fact. Evidence must remain the foundation. Compelling family story still needs a backbone of documented facts. Recordings such as census entries, land deeds, and church registers provide anchors that keep the narrative grounded. Without those anchors, speculation can drift into fiction rather than history. And this is so important because you can merge the facts that you have about your relative with the facts about history that was going on at the place, and then using the words like may have, likely, or possible to signal what their life may have been like during that time based on the historical context that you had found. Context can guide careful interpretation. Historical context helps researchers understand what was common during a particular time period. For example, if a young man left his home region during a gold rush, it is reasonable to suggest he was drawn by economic opportunity. Context strengthens interpretation while still respecting uncertainty. And see that you could turn around and say it is possible that he was drawn by economic opportunity to go to wherever he ended up. Speculation should invite curiosity, not certainty. Good storytelling encourages readers to think alongside the researcher. When speculation is presented carefully, it opens possibilities rather than closing discussion. This approach keeps the story honest while allowing imagination to explore what might have happened. Now, we have some family mysteries in my own personal tree, and because of the lack of records or the misinterpretation, because of how the records were done for the people that were involved, they're no help at all. And so there's speculation as to what happened, and so we have to use it to invite curiosity. Now, we can start it off with is our working theory is this happened and that happened, or it could have been this or that, rather than turn around and say this is what happened, because we don't know what happened. We have this time, we have these events that happened at certain times, but the stories that have been passed down over the years don't match up with the facts that we have. And so there's speculation in there that this could have happened, and somebody else speculates that could have happened. So we take those speculations and we put it there and go, the working theory is that one of these is the possible outcome. We just haven't been able to prove it yet. Transparency builds trust with readers. Readers appreciate knowing what is documented and what is inferred. Clearly separating fact from interpretation strengthens credibility. Trust shows the story to remain both engaging and responsible. So when you are presenting a story, you have to present the facts as you know them and as you have proven them to be, and then intertwine with that the interpretation from the historical context of the time based on the facts that are here. This is how we think that this is what we think their life may have been like. So to be able to give them some context to go with the facts and say, this is what we've been able to prove, this is what we haven't proved, this is what we think happened based on the historical context, the historical times that they were going through, plus the facts that we've been able to find. Why all this matters is responsible storytelling protects the integrity of family history. Turning around and going, oh, well, they lived in this sort of a house and did that, when that may not have been true at all. So you've got to protect the integrity of the family history. Your practical takeaway is use speculation sparingly and always label it clearly. And if you want help shaping accurate family stories, send us a private message and let's set up a 30-minute discovery call to help get you started. And in closing, a good story respects both evidence and uncertainty. So go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hei konera.